Quick question for you. If you were in a car accident today, do you know who has the legal authority to make medical and financial decisions on your behalf? Who's going to get access to your email to track down your assets? And if that person gets into your phone, is there anything that you'd rather keep private? If you're single, these questions aren't just important, they're absolutely critical. Here are my top 3 hacks for single adults to balance keeping your family out of probate court, help make sure that your assets go to the people that you choose, while also protecting your privacy. All right, tip number 1, start early. You might think that estate planning is something that you do when you're older, but if you're over 18 years of age, it's time. Accidents happen all the time, and without a power of attorney in place, no one, not even your parents, can step in to help you without court intervention. So it's really important that you get those documents in place. You're going to need at least 2 different types: a medical power of attorney and a financial power of attorney. For financial powers of attorneys, there's 2 different versions. There's durable, meaning it's effective immediately upon signature, or a springing power of attorney, which springs into effect once you're determined to be incapacitated. Go with the springing version because it only activates when it's absolutely needed, not just because when someone feels like poking around your Venmo transactions. You should also consider getting a will or a trust so that you, not the state, ultimately chooses who inherits all of your stuff. Check out my will versus trust video on my profile for some more information on that. Number 2, pet trusts. If you have a pet, they're basically your child, right? So plan for them. Factor in costs for food, vet bills, and maybe a little luxury for those treat yourself moments. I generally go off of the average lifespan for that breed to figure out how much money to leave behind for the pet's care. You should also consider getting life insurance while it's cheap. Not only will it help fund that pet trust, but it'll also cover funeral costs and keep your family from stressing about money when they're already grieving. Pet trusts are especially important because statistically speaking, most pets get euthanized after their owner passes away because there's no one left behind to care for them. So provide those resources in advance and take care of your pets. Tip number 3, protect your photos. Your digital legacy is a thing, and your photos are a big part of it. Apple, Google, and Facebook let you set up legacy contacts. These are people who can access your digital accounts after you pass away, which is very helpful these days for transferring assets, especially because everything has 2-factor authentication nowadays. But the bonus is Google and Apple, they let you decide who gets access to what types of content, especially your photos. This is especially helpful if you have pictures that you may not want everybody to see. For me, my husband gets full access to all my photos when I pass away, so he gets to see all that content, if you know what I'm talking about. But if he's gone, it's my sister next in line who gets access. And I definitely don't want her seeing those photos, so she gets access to emails, but not photos. Now, I've seen some people list their BFF to step in, and that BFF is in charge of like filtering the photos so that spicy stuff stays separate while the family photos makes its way to the family photo slideshow. Now, if you could pick one person who's gonna handle your digital life after you're gone, who would it be? And what's the one thing that you tell them to delete before anyone else sees it? Comment below.